Set for 18A. A man wearing police-style tactical gear calmly walked through the halls of a small Texas church. He carried a hammer. Security cameras recorded everything: his walk, his movements, even his posture. Less than an hour later, a fitness instructor would be found dead inside the same building. Despite having video footage of the suspect, no one has ever been arrested. This is the unsolved murder of Missy Bevers. Missy Bevers was a 45-year-old mother of 3 living in Midlothian, Texas, a quiet suburban town about 25 miles southwest of Dallas. Friends described Missy as energetic, outgoing, and deeply committed to her work as a fitness instructor. She taught early morning camp. Gladiator classes, often starting before sunrise. Her classes were usually held outdoors, but on April 18, 2016, the weather forced a last-minute change. Missy posted on Facebook that morning that class would instead be held inside Creekside Church of Christ. That small decision would unknowingly put her on a collision course with a killer. At approximately 3:50 a.m., surveillance cameras at the church recorded a figure entering the building. The person was dressed head to toe in what appeared to be police tactical gear, helmet, vest, gloves. Both the word police was visible on the back, but investigators would later confirm this person was not a police officer. For nearly 30 minutes, the suspect wandered through the church hallways. They smashed glass doors, broke display cases, and casually explored rooms. Nothing of real value appeared to be taken. Their movements were slow, unhurried, almost deliberate. At 4:20 a.m., Missy Bevers arrived at the church to set up for her class. What happened next was never captured on camera, but just minutes later, Missy was brutally attacked inside the building. When students arrived shortly before 5 o'clock a.m., they found her unresponsive. Emergency responders pronounced her dead at the scene. An autopsy later revealed Missy died from puncture wounds to the head and chest, consistent with a sharp tool, possibly the hammer seen in the suspect's hand. The brutality of the attack shocked the community. Even more disturbing was the video footage. Police released surveillance clips showing the suspect walking through the church. Despite the clear footage, the individual's face was completely concealed. Investigators immediately faced a troubling question. Was this a targeted attack or a random act? Violence. As the case unfolded, several unsettling details emerged. The suspect's walk. Viewers noticed the suspect walked with a distinctive gait, possibly caused by an injury or an unusual posture. Some believed the person was disguising their walk on purpose. Others believed it was natural. The tactical outfit appeared realistic, but not professional. Experts noted ill-fitting. Helmet. Improper placement of gear, unusual behavior for real law enforcement. It appeared more like a costume than an official uniform. The timing the suspect entered the church before Missy arrived. This raised the possibilities. They were waiting specifically for her. They were planning something else and encountered her unexpectedly. Police have never publicly confirmed which theory they believe. Over the years, several theories have emerged, none proven. Theory 1, a personal target. Some investigators believe Missy was targeted by someone she knew. Supporters of this theory point to the early timing, the specific location, the lack of theft. However, no clear suspect from her personal life has ever been charged. Theory 2, mistaken identity. Another theory suggests the killer was lying in wait for someone else, but police have stated Missy was the only person scheduled to be there at that time. Theory 3, a staged burglary. The broken glass and damaged property may have been a distraction. Way to make the murder look random. But again, nothing valuable was taken. More than 9 years later, the murder of Missy Bevers remains unsolved. The surveillance footage is still publicly available. Tips continue to come in, and investigators insist the case is still active. A killer was caught on camera, yet somehow they walked away unseen and unidentified. Someone knows who that person is. Someone recognizes that walk, that posture, that silence. And until that person comes forward, the halls of Creekside Church remain a reminder that sometimes, even when the evidence is right in front of us, the truth can still disappear into the dark. As investigators and the public reviewed the surveillance footage frame by frame, one detail stood out more than anything else: The way the suspect walked, the individual's gait appeared unusual, almost stiff, with one foot slightly turned outward. Some medical professionals who later reviewed the footage suggested it could indicate a prior injury, a knee or hip issue, or even a deliberate attempt to disguise movement. Police never confirmed whether they believed the walk was natural or intentional. But what made it more chilling was this: the suspect showed no urgency. They wandered the building calmly, as if they knew no one would interrupt them. One major question investigators explored was whether the church itself was ever the intended target. Despite broken glass and damaged doors, no offices were ransacked, no electronics were stolen, no donation boxes were taken. Burglary experts later stated that the damage appeared staged. This raised a disturbing possibility. What if the vandalism was never the goal, but merely a way to pass time? If that's true, then the killer may have been waiting for someone to arrive. Missy regularly posted her class schedules online. Her Facebook post announcing the indoor location change was made just hours before the murder. Investigators questioned who had access to her social media. Who knew she would be alone that early? Who knew the church layout? Police have never publicly confirmed whether the suspect arrived before or after seeing that post. But the timing remains unsettling. The tactical gear raised another alarming question. Why impersonate law enforcement? Experts believe there are only two likely reasons: to delay suspicion if someone encountered them, to psychologically intimidate the victim. Missy, arriving alone in the dark, may have initially believed the person was a real officer. If so, she may not have fled immediately. That moment of hesitation could have been fatal. Over the years, police have interviewed multiple individuals connected to Missy's life. This included personal acquaintances, people familiar with the church, individuals with access to similar gear. Authorities have repeatedly stated there are persons of interest, but no named suspect. No arrests have been made, no charges filed, and no motive officially confirmed. One detail that continues to haunt investigators is the weapon. The suspect is seen carrying a hammer, an object commonly found untraceable and easily discarded. Unlike a firearm, it leaves no ballistic evidence, no serial numbers, no purchase trail if this was premeditated. The choice of weapon was disturbingly practical. Despite national attention, the case stalled. Former investigators have cited several challenges. The suspect's face was fully concealed, the footage quality was limited, the disguise eliminated identifiers, the attack occurred quickly and privately in many ways. The killer did everything not to be identified, and it worked. The Midlothian community has never forgotten. Vigils have been held, billboards posted, online forums still analyze the footage to this day. Thousands of people believe they recognize the walk. But belief is not evidence, and without proof, the case remains frozen in time. As of today, the case remains open. Tips are still being accepted. Surveillance footage remains public. Law enforcement maintains that one key tip could still break everything open. Someone, somewhere, knows the truth. Missy Bevers went to work that morning believing she was preparing for another routine class. Instead, she walked into a building already occupied by someone who never intended to leave witnesses. Killer was recorded, their movements documented, their presence undeniable. And yet, they vanished until justice is served. The footage remains a reminder that sometimes, even when evil is caught on camera, it can still hide in plain sight. Thanks for watching.